actually know this one. Stitch. That's one thing that, like, I failed to bring up, or even with you, Tanya, it's Friday here on Good Things. We got Tanya in the house to talk movies. Is when our family went to watch the new Stitch, I was so surprised, or couldn't remember that, like, Elvis is such a big component of Lilo's life. Like, Lilo just really is into Elvis, and they do this whole bit of, like, Stitch trying to do his whole little Elvis bit or whatever it may be, and it's super cute.
Yeah, I actually went to see it yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, because it came out that same Friday as Mission Impossible, and I thought there is no way. I mean, I really thought Mission Impossible would come out on top. And I think the only reason I thought that is because of Disney fatigue. Like, Snow White didn't do great. But I was wrong. I mean, Lilo and Stitch knocked it out of the water. So I finally got to see it yesterday, and I loved it. Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen the animated version that I don't remember how close they are now.
Playing them back to back to back to back.
Well, I intended to watch it last night and just got sidetracked and never did. So, but oh my word, I mean, it was so good. I just thought it was really, really, I keep asking myself, why do they keep doing these movies live action? But that's proof that it was a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little cheesy, but, like, they did so well now that I've watched all the other Stitches, because my kid came home, the youngest one, and wanting, that's her thing. We went and saw the live action, so now we're going to come back and, watch the cartoons and run them into the ground. And it's just so, like, they're so similar.
Yeah.
Like, they don't divert from the story very much at all, or sort of change it up, which I thought was good.
Well, did you see, when you went to see Lilo and Stitch, did they have a preview for Freakier Friday?
Yes.
So that's exciting. It looks really cute. Yeah. It's coming out in August. So I thought it was going straight to Disney Plus, but I get the impression it's going to be in theaters.
I think it's going to be in theaters.
Yeah. So that'll be great.
So what else has come out this week?
Yeah, so we have some new releases this weekend. The first one is Ballerina, and this takes place in the John Wick world. If I recall,
Wouldn't have picked that for the name.
I think the story here takes place between chapters 3 and 4 of John Wick. So if you're into the John Wick franchise, then you're going to want to see this one. But it's basically about a girl who's beginning her training to be an assassin.
And they named it Ballerina?
Yeah. I know.
Very misleading for parents. It's not a kid's movie, I assume.
Yeah. Definitely rated R, at 126 minutes, so a little over 2 hours.
Wow, that's a commitment.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Like a whole donut.
And then there's a comedy that is also rated R, called I Don't Understand You. And this one has Paul Rudd and Andrew Reynolds, who, that name may be familiar to you. He's like a big Broadway star, and he's been on several TV series through the years. But they star as they're, like, going overseas, I believe Italy, to adopt a child, and everything's disastrous. It's a disastrous vacation, and so it makes them, reevaluate things. But it's supposed to be a comedy.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Slap my knee funny. Terrible vacation.
Yeah, and it's not Paul Rudd. I said that. He's in another movie. It is Nick Kroll, not Paul Rudd.
Gotcha.
And then finally we have The Phoenician Scheme. This is the latest from Wes Anderson. All of his movies have the same vibe and look, and this one's no exception, except this one stars Tom Hanks. He's in it. It's about a wealthy businessman that appoints his only daughter, who is a nun, as the sole heir of his estate. So
plot twist.
I know. And he embarks on a new adventure and becomes a target of some bad guys. So 3 very different movies out, and that one is PG-13.
Which is probably should be R.
Yeah, probably so.
But it doesn't sound like your kids would want to necessarily see that.
No, I don't think many kids would want to go see a Wes Anderson movie, just because they're kind of their own thing.
They can come across a bit unsettling because the cinematography makes everything dead center of the frame, whereas modern cinematography picks a third, one on the left or one on the right. and focuses that, whereas Wes Anderson's right down the middle. And if you're not looking for it or trained to look for it, it just comes across as unsettling when you're watching it.
Huh. I've never. Now I want to see it just so I can see it.
Yeah.
'Cause I bet I've seen it, but I just didn't know why or what. Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's definitely unique. You can, if you watch one frame of his movie, you know it's his, because I've never seen anybody film like he does.
What other movies would he have produced?
I'm gonna draw a blank. I got a bunch with Bill Murray, Owen Wilson. That seemed to be his main guys.
The most recent one was the Asteroid City one.
Yeah, Asteroid City.
Probably the most mainstream was Fantastic Mr. Fox, the kind of claymation one.
I got you.
Yeah, and then there was a hotel, something hotel.
Oh, yeah, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yes. That was probably my favorite of all of them, you know.
Will you see any of the ones today?
I will definitely go see the Two Guys movie. It just looks funny to me, and I'm a big fan of Andrew Rannells, so
You'll have to let us know if it's a true comedy or if it's a dark comedy. Either way, sometimes laughing regardless is a good thing. How's Mission Impossible doing? Is it?
It's still doing great. It was number 2 last weekend again. So
Stitch kicked his butt twice.
2 weeks in a row. So they're up to 278 million. Mission Impossible's 122 million. After 2 weeks, I'm sure they'll keep raking in the bucks this weekend. Sadly, Karate Kid Legends was released last week. It came in number 3, and it only made 20 million. Only 20 million. I'm sure it had a lower budget.
Did they think that it would take over like Stitch or something?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that's stiff competition. I don't think they expected it to beat.
You talk about
others.
those movies that stand the test of time. I texted Rhonda the other, I can't remember, last weekend, maybe the weekend before. Neely got to pick movies Sunday night or Saturday afternoon, doesn't matter. She picked the original Karate, scrolling through, and she was like, let's watch the original Karate Kid, and it aged perfect.
Yeah.
Like, we all enjoyed it, and my husband and I hadn't seen it in years, right? But she enjoyed it watching it for the first time, and it was like, that was one of those movies you're like, man, that is like, what, 4 decades old now, or at least 3 decades old? And
I know.
There's nothing in it, like really like technology-wise that would change. Like the storyline is still pretty much like applicable today.
Yeah, y'all need to go back and watch Cobra Kai. Now, I will say it's a little, it's very violent to me. Not every episode, but several episodes.
Yeah. Well, I would mention that to her too. I was like, oh, now, but she wants to go see the Karate Kid. It's like it sparked, and I don't know if she had seen that, and that's why she wanted to watch this one, like seeing the previews for it. But now, is it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
What is it rated?
I think it is PG.
Oh, okay. I was like, clearly, hopefully, they wouldn't make that like a.
Yeah. Well, they redid Karate Kid with Will Smith's kid. Well, gosh, that was probably 15 or 20 years ago now.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. It's interesting. And Will is a producer on the TV series, so it maybe. That's one of those series that can keep going and going because there's so many characters,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jaden Smith and the Karate Kid was 2010.
Wow.
We feel old. Yeah, that one flew by me. I didn't realize that one. This one's just a little bit more. And I don't know if it would be on my radar as much if we hadn't just watched the original, at home. So, but if you hadn't seen that one in a while, man, it ages well.
Yeah, it's got lots of good lessons in it too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just not going out this weekend, you're not feeling well, or for whatever reason, there's a new thing to stream on Netflix. It's Tyler Perry's latest, called Straw, and it's about a mother who, it's referencing The Last Straw, where she is in a very dire situation, and she snaps and
relatable.
Yeah. And, she has to get money to buy medicine for her child. And it's got lots of twists and turns. It's a Tyler Perry movie. I just feel like he's the most underrated guy out there. I felt like the 888 last year should have gotten more attention. And I feel like this one should get a lot of attention. Tahari P. Henson stars in it. She's so good. And Sherry Shepherd, Sinbad is in it. So if you're home this weekend, check that one out.
Is it just a movie or is it a small series?
Yeah, it's just a movie.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a commitment. All righty. Thank you, Tanya. You guys stick with us. We got more for you.